Good morning, student. In previous lecture of coordination compounds, we had discussed about the coordination number and we had discussed difference between the double salt and coordination number. We had discussed certain examples also how to calculate the coordination number of various complexes or coordination compounds. And then at last we had started discussion about the Werner's theory. And we had discussed in Werner's theory about the two spheres which was proposed by Werner, that is first inner sphere or coordination sphere and second one, that is outer sphere or ionization sphere, with the help of certain diagrams. Now today we have to discuss one more example regarding coordination compounds according to Werner's theory. See, four different composition of cobalt amine complexes are there. Okay, you can see over here in this diagram. First is hexaamine cobalt third chloride. Here you can see in first diagram, in coordination sphere 6 ammonia molecule with 1 cobalt ion is present, and outside the square bracket, that is coordination sphere, in ionization sphere 3 chloride ions are present. How these are represented in diagram, you can see over here. In coordination sphere or inner sphere, cobalt attached with 6 ammonia molecule is shown and 3 chloride ion are present outside the coordination sphere, that is in outer sphere ionization sphere. Then second, B compound pentaamine chloro cobalt third chloride. Here in coordination sphere in B compound 5 ammonia molecules are present inside the coordination sphere. 1 chloride ion is also present. This chloride ion satisfies the primary as well as secondary valency of cobalt according to Werner's theory. And 2 chloride ions are present outside this coordination sphere, which are only satisfying the primary valency or ionization valency. Okay, so in diagram also it is clearly visible. Cobalt attached with 5 ammonia molecule. Dotted lines, dotted bonds represent coordination bond over here in Werner's theory, and the straight line bond red color represents the primary valency. So 2 chloride ions are purely through ionic bond or ionic linkages, pure ionic linkages attached with cobalt present outside the coordination sphere in ionization sphere, while 1 chloride inside the coordination sphere, and you can see 2 bonds simultaneously attached with this chloride molecule, chloride ion, which is present inside the coordination sphere. One is dotted bond and another one is straight line bond. So this chloride ion which is present inside the coordination sphere, it satisfies both the valency, primary as well as secondary valency. Okay, then we will come to third example. See, this is what tetraamine dichloro cobalt third chloride. We will discuss it in detail how to name the coordination compounds. Next topic is that only what are the rules for nomenclature, so that we will discuss. No problem. At present only you concentrate how to represent the molecules according to Werner's theory. So here in this third example you can see 4 ammonia molecule and 2 chloride ions are inside the coordination sphere, and only 1 chloride ion is present outside the coordination sphere. One thing you should keep in mind, that those particular ions which are present outside the coordination sphere, which are present in ionization sphere, which are satisfies only primary valency, we are not writing their number. In first compound, 3 chloride ions outside the coordination sphere. But I hadn't told in the name trichloride. I had said only names hexamine, cobalt, third chloride, where third is the oxidation number of cobalt. Clear? So the number of counter ions, the number of ions which are present outside the coordination sphere, we are not mentioning their number in the name. Counter ions number is not mentioned in the name of complex or coordination compound. Only their name is written, whether they are 2 or 3. Okay, so here you can see in third example the 4 ammonia molecule and 2 chloride ion present inside the coordination sphere, while only 1 chloride ion present outside the coordination sphere. So 2 chloride ion joined with cobalt ion through 2 bonds, dotted line as well as straight line, both are shown over there. That means these 2 chloride ions which are present inside the coordination sphere satisfies both the valencies, primary valency as well as secondary valency. That is, they attach with cobalt ion through coordinate covalent bond as well as ionic bond, while ammonia molecule and attach with cobalt ion through only coordinate covalent bond. And the chloride ion which is present outside the coordination sphere, it is also attached with cobalt through a purely ionic bond. Clear? Now last example, that is CONH3-Cl3. Name triamine trichloro cobalt third. Okay, so here 3 ammonia molecule as well as 3 chloride ion present inside the coordination sphere only. No ion, no molecule present outside the coordination sphere. Here these 3 chloride ion, you can see all the 3 chloride ion attached with cobalt ion through 2 bonds. Each chloride attached with cobalt through 2 bonds. It satisfies cobalt's primary as well as secondary valency and attached with cobalt ion through coordinate covalent bond as well as ionic bond. While the 3 ammonia molecule only satisfies its secondary valencies and attached with cobalt 3+ ion through only coordinate covalent bond. The dotted line represents coordinate covalent bond and straight brown color line represent ionic bond. Okay, so is it clear? So in this way, by Werner theory, we can represent the various coordination complexes or coordination compound, okay, with the help of coordination sphere, ionization sphere, how these ligands satisfy the primary as well as secondary valencies of central metal atom or ion can be represented like this. Okay, now we'll go for our next topic, that is certain problems. First we will discuss. Okay, so look at here. First problem, 1 mole of a purple colored complex cobalt trichlorocobalt and ammonia on treatment with excess of AgNO3 produces 2 moles of silver chloride. Write the formula of complex if coordination number of cobalt is 6. See, you can see over here that a complex is there, purple color complex, which contain ammonia molecule as well as 3 chloride ion combined with cobalt. When we treat this purple colored complex, cobalt complex, with excess of silver nitrate, it produces 2 mole of silver chloride. And the coordination number of cobalt is 6. So what it indicates? 2 moles of silver chlorides are generated, means out of 3 chloride ion, only 2 chloride ions are free. which reacts with silver nitrate and produces silver chloride. Here I am talking about 2 chloride, number of chloride, and out of 3 only 2 are free. If you represent it in terms of moles, so out of 3 moles of chloride ion, only 2 moles of chloride ions are available to react with silver nitrate to produce silver chloride. Means out of 3 chloride ion, only 1 chloride ion is inside the coordination sphere, while 2 chloride ions are present outside the coordination sphere, which get easily ionized and get reacted with silver nitrate to give the precipitate of silver chloride. Okay, means first thing is clear that out of 3 chloride ion, 2 chloride ions are outside the coordination sphere and 1 is inside. So, and its coordination number is 6. So, 1 secondary valence is satisfied by chloride ion. Okay, 1 coordination number. Okay, out of 6, 1 will be fulfilled by chloride ion. Remaining 5 secondary valences will be satisfied by ammonia molecule. Means how many ammonia molecules are inside the coordination sphere? 5. Then what will be the formula? In coordination sphere, 5 ammonia molecule and 1 chloride ion is present, and outside the coordination sphere 2 chloride ions are present which react with silver nitrate and gives 2 moles of silver chloride. So formula will be in this way: pentamine chloro cobalt third chloride. Okay, 5 ammonia molecule and 1 chloride molecule inside the coordination sphere attached with the cobalt 3 plus ion, and 2 chloride ion are present outside the coordination sphere in ionization sphere and satisfies only primary valences. Is it clear? So in this way, if any problem is asked in the exam, you can judge on the basis of number of moles of silver chloride generated. Now second problem, see over here. Second problem is similar only. 1 mole of a green colored complex of COCl3 and ammonia on treatment with excess of silver nitrate produces 1 mole of AgCl. What is the formula of complex given coordination number of cobalt is 6? Again same. Now excess of AgNO3 you have added in a ammonia and chlorides cobalt complex. Then only 1 mole of silver chloride is generated. Means out of 3 moles of chloride ion, only 1 mole of chloride ion is 1 moles of chloride ions are free. Out of 3 moles of chloride ion, only 1 mole of chloride ion is free to react with silver nitrate. What it indicates? Out of 3 chloride ion, only 1 chloride ion is present outside the coordination sphere and satisfies only primary valency, while other 2 chloride ion present inside the coordination sphere and satisfies primary as well as secondary valency of cobalt third ion. Okay, is it clear? Then only it is possible. If only 1 chloride ion is present outside the coordination sphere, only in that case only this chloride ion will react with silver nitrate and produce 1 molecule of AgCl. Now this I had explained in terms of molecule and ion. If you convert in terms of moles, so you can say out of 3 moles of chloride ion, only 1 mole of chloride ion present outside the coordination sphere, which reacts with 1 mole of silver nitrate and produces 1 mole of silver chloride. So what will be the formula? 2 chloride ion inside the coordination sphere, means out of 6 ligands, 2 ligands will be chloride ion. Remaining ligands are ammonia molecule. Coordination number is 6. So remaining ligand will be, number of remaining ligand will be 4. So 4 ammonia molecule and 2 chloride ion present inside the coordination sphere with cobalt 3 plus ion and one chloride ion remain outside the coordination sphere. Is it clear? Okay. One chloride ion only react with Ag plus ion to form the complex HCl. So one ionizable chloride ion is there outside the coordination sphere. So formula will be tetramine dichloro cobalt third chloride. Is it clear? So such type of question is asked in the exam. You can answer easily. How many moles of silver chloride are produced? By that you can judge how many chloride ions are present outside the coordination sphere, how many ionizable chloride ions are there in the compound, and on the basis of that you can judge the formula, that how many molecules or ions will be inside the coordination sphere, how many outside the coordination sphere, and then you can easily write down the formula of the complex. Is it clear? Now next topic which we have to discuss, that is the classification of complexes. See, one more thing I would like to tell you, that when we had discussed about the coordination number, I told you that most common coordination number is 4 and 6. So if coordination number is 6, the geometry of the complex is octahedral, and if it is 4, then geometry of complex may be either square planar or tetrahedral. Now next topic which we have to discuss, that is classification of complexes. Coordination complexes are classified on the basis of first type of ligands, and second on the basis of charge on complex ion or charge on complex entity, coordination entity. Okay, two ways are there to classify the complexes. One on the basis of type of ligands, and second one on the basis of charge present on coordination entity or complex. Okay, so first classification, that is on the basis of type of ligands. See, on the basis of type of ligands, the complexes are classified in two categories: homoleptic complexes and heteroleptic complexes. Homo means what? Same. Okay, so those particular complexes in which metal ion is bound to only one type of ligand, same type of ligand, they are known as homoleptic complexes. Only one type of ligand is there inside the coordination sphere, which is attached with the central metal atom or ion through coordinate covalent bond. Clear? So such type of complexes are known as homoleptic complexes. For example, see, hexaamine cobalt third ion. This complex, first complex, contain only one type of ligand, ammonia, no any other. So it is homoleptic. Hexaequochromium third ion. Only one type of ligand is there. What? Water, aqua. Hexacyanoferrate second ion. It has only one type of ligand, cyanide. So all such type of complexes in which only one type of ligand is present inside the coordination sphere. One type of ligand binds with the central metal atom or ion through coordinate covalent bond are known as homoleptic complexes. Is it clear? Homoleptic complexes, very easy. Then second one, heteroleptic complexes. Hetero means different. So all those complexes in which metal ion is surrounded by more than one different type of ligands are heteroleptic complexes. More than one type of ligand should be there. Like first example, bis dichlorobisethylene diamine, cobalt, third ion. Dichlorobisethylene diamine, cobalt, third ion. Okay, see here, two type of ligands are present, chloride as well as ethylene diamine. So when metal is joined or binds with more than one different type of ligands, then the complex is known as heteroleptic complex. In second example, you can see dichloro, dioxalato, iridiate, third ion. Again, two type of ligands are there, chloride as well as oxalate. So it will be again a heteroleptic complex. Third, diamine, dinitro, platinum second. So here also two type of ligands are present, ammonia molecule as well as nitrite ion. So that's why it is also a heteroleptic complex. If more than one type of ligands are attached with central metal atom or ion through coordinate covalent bonds, or more than one type of ligand present inside the coordination sphere, then they are known as heteroleptic complexes. And only one type of ligands are present inside the coordination sphere attached with central metal atom or ion through coordinate covalent bond, then they are homoleptic complexes. Is it clear? I think it is very much clear, because very simple thing, very simple classification is it, isn't it? Now we will discuss one problem related to this. You have to classify the complexes in categories homoleptic complex and heteroleptic complex. Classify the complex as homoleptic and heteroleptic complexes. See, first pentamine, chlorocobalt, third sulfate. Second, pentamine, nitrito, cobalt, third chloride. Amine, chloro, bisethylene diamine, cobalt, third ion. Trioxalato, copper, I think this example is wrong. Copper is not showing +3 oxidation state. It should be cobalt. It is given in book, so I had taken as it is so that it will be rectified also. This is wrong example given in the textbook, and that's why I have written as it is, so that you will come to know that this example is wrong. This in problem, this particular compound which is written over here, it is wrong. Cobalt will not show the will not show +3 oxidation state. It shows generally +1 and +2. So instead of cobalt, it should be instead of copper, it should be cobalt or chromium. Okay, so you should change this last formula in your textbook also. Instead of copper, you should write over here cobalt or chromium. Chromium is also correct, because cobalt and chromium both are showing +3 oxidation state. Any such compound, any such metal which shows +3 oxidation state, you can write. Even iron is showing +3 oxidation state, so you can write iron also over there. So this is wrong. Cu, it's not the copper complex. I have written as it is to rectify the problem. Okay, so it should not be copper. It should be cobalt, or you should write cobalt only over there. Okay, chromium is also possible, cobalt is also possible. So see over here, out of these 4 complexes, only this last one is homoleptic, because in it only one type of ligands are attached with central metal atom or ion. It should be trioxalato cobalt third ion. Again I am repeating, trioxalato cobalt third ion. Means what will be the formula? CO. Rectify it. CO. C2O4 thrice. Square bracket close, and its power is 3 minus. Okay, so have you changed it? Okay, it should be CO C2O4 thrice 3 minus. Then heteroleptic complex. So all other 3 are heteroleptic complexes because more than one type of ligands are present over there. Pentamine, chloro, cobalt third sulfate, pentamine, nitrito, cobalt third chloride, amine, chloro, bisethylene cobalt third ion. All are heteroleptic complexes. So it is first type of classification of complexes on the basis of type of ligands. Now we will go for the second type of complexes. Okay, second type of complexes classification on the basis of second type of classification on the basis of charge on complexes. First type classification on the basis of type of ligand. Second type of classification on the basis of charge on complexes. Okay, so obviously 3 categories are possible. If it is positively charged, if it is negatively charged, or it is neutral. So on the basis of charge on complexes, the complexes are classified in 3 categories. First, that is cationic complexes. Means if coordination compound having positively charged coordination sphere, then it is called as cationic sphere complex, or you can say the complex ion carries net positive charge is called cationic complex. If coordination sphere carries positive charge, it will be cationic complex, or complex ion carries net positive charge, it is called cationic complex. Okay, so here examples are there like amine, chloro, bisethylene diamine, cobalt second ion, cobalt third complex, third ion, it carries 2 positive charge. Amine, chloro, bisethylene diamine, cobalt third ion, it carries 2 positive charge. Cobalt third, why I am saying? Because that is the oxidation state of cobalt. But the charge present on complex is +2 because it is the residual charge coming on the complex. One positive charge of cobalt is satisfied by chloride ion. So what net charge remain unsatisfied? +2, which is coming on the coordination sphere. It is positively charged sphere, that's why it is a cationic complex. Second one, tetramine, zinc second ion. Okay, now here the oxidation state of zinc is +2. Inside the coordination sphere, no any anion is present, neutral molecule is present, so net charge on the complex will be equal to the oxidation state of zinc. So that's why the net charge present on the complex is +2. So it is the example of again cationic complex. Then next, that is anionic complex. Okay, if a complex carries negative charge, okay, a coordination sphere carries negative charge, then it is known as anionic sphere complex. A coordination compound having negatively charged coordination sphere is called anionic sphere complex, or a complex ion carries net negative charge is also called anionic complex. For example, CuC2O4 thrice 3 negative. Again, this wrong, it should be cobalt. So I am correcting over here, you should again correct it. It is trioxalato cobalt third complex. Then tetracyanonickelate second ion, hexacyanoferrate second ion. Okay, trioxalato cobaltate third ion, tetracyanonickelate second ion, hexacyanoferrate second ion. Then neutral sphere or neutral sphere complexes. A neutral coordination complex does not possess any cationic or anionic sphere. Means if the coordination complex is neutral, it doesn't carry any charge, then it is coming in the category of neutral sphere complex, or we can say complex which carry no net charge are called neutral complexes. Okay, like here diamine dinitrate nitro, diamine dinitro platinum second, or tetracarbonyl nickel 0. Okay, these are the examples of neutral sphere complexes. So on the basis of charge on complex, they are classified in three categories: cationic complexes, anionic complexes, and neutral sphere complexes. Now one more problem is there. You have to identify which are the neutral, which are the anionic, and which are the cationic complexes. See, first sodium hexacyanoferrate second. See, when you dissolved it, sodium hexacyanoferrate second ion water, it will ionize into, see, cationic complex first we are taking. So here I have taken the second example first, hexaamine cobalt third chloride. So when you dissolve this complex in water, it dissociate into hexaamine cobalt third ion and 3 chloride ion. So the complex possesses net positive charge, so it is coming in the category of cationic complex. Second, PtCl2 ethylene diamine. Okay, see here the platinum shows two oxidation state, +2 and +4. Okay, see, and two coordination number also. If the oxidation state of platinum is +2, its coordination number is 4, and if its coordination number is 6, its oxidation state is +4. Again I am repeating, coordination number 4, oxidation state +2, coordination number 6, oxidation state +4. Now in this complex you can see coordination number is 6, dichlorobisethylene diamine platinum. Okay, so platinum's oxidation state will be +4. So this sphere carries net charge +2, because 2 positive charge are satisfied by chloride ion. Still 2 positive charge of platinum remain unsatisfied. So as platinum's coordination number is 6, it should possess oxidation state +4, and that's why this sphere carries net positive charge 2+, and that's why it is also coming in the category of cationic complex. Then we will discuss about the anionic complex. So first example is that sodium hexacyanoferrate. When you dissolved it in water, it ionized as sodium ion and hexacyanoferrate ion. So hexacyanoferrate ion contains negative charge on coordination sphere, so it is a negative charge complex or anionic complex. Similarly, the second and third example over there, that is dioxalato chromium third ion. Okay, so see, oxalate ion, each ion carries 2 negative charge, so total 4 negative charge are there. Out of them 3 negative charges are satisfied by Cr3 plus ion. 1 negative charge is remaining, which is coming as a net charge on coordination sphere. So sodium hexacyanoferrate third and dioxalato chromium third ion, both are coming in the category of anionic complexes. And last, that is hexacarbonyl chromium 0, it is coming in the category of neutral complexes. Okay, so on the basis of this particular charge coming on the coordination sphere, you can find out the particular category of complexes, whether it is neutral complex, anionic complex or cationic complex. Now next topic which we have to discuss, that is the rules for the nomenclature of coordination complexes. So here we had completed discussion about the classification of complexes. Now in next lecture we have to start discussion about the naming of coordination compounds. IUPAC nomenclature of coordination compound. See, IUPAC has proposed certain rules to write down the name of coordination complexes, as well as certain rules to write down the formulae of complexes on the basis of name of coordination compounds. So in this lecture we are not able to complete the discussion about the rules for the nomenclature of coordination complexes, so better we will continue it in next lecture. Okay, so next lecture we will discuss the IUPAC nomenclature of coordination complexes. Okay, thank you.